Our next round opponent would be the University of North Carolina, the defending national champions. The Tar Heels were top 10 in the country with Tyler Hansborough, the freshman of the year, as their leading scorer and go-to guy. It was a challenge, but we were ready for it. The next day, we had a very light workout. Scott Cherry, one of my assistant coaches, had played on the 1993 national championship team from the University of North Carolina. He knew everything there was to know about the North Carolina system. He knew Roy Williams personally. In fact, Roy Williams was the one who recommended him to me to hire him years before. And Scott was doing a great job. He helped us prepare for that Michigan State game, and now he was helping our players prepare for the North Carolina game with the greatest messages possible. Guys, we can do this. I've played at Carolina. I know everything they'll try to do, and we can stop it. We can defend these guys. As a routine, we met in a conference room for our 10 o'clock meeting. The meeting ended at 10:45, and everyone went to their room to get a good night's sleep. At that time, the phone rang in my room. It was my son, Jay, calling from Italy. Jay, what time is it over there? It's 4:15. I need to talk with you. Okay, what about? Did you get my last email? I said, when did you send it? He said, I sent it about a half hour ago. I said, no, you know we were meeting at 10 o'clock. There's no way I could have seen the email. He said, well, you need to go read it now. I said, Jay, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. It's like 11 o'clock at night here. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning there. Go to sleep. Are you going to get the email? I said, no, not right now. He said, do you want to win or not? Okay. I got to go downstairs, go to the front desk, get him to open up the business office, turn on the computer, read your email, print it, and then come back. And you'll call me like in a half hour? Yeah, do it. Okay. One of the things Jay said was so important to our performance the next day. He said, Dad, the Carolina guards, the point guard is young. He's a freshman. You can turn him over. He's someone that you can trap and force him to make mistakes. Every statistic Carolina has is so strong except one category. They turn the ball over. You're going to have to use that information to your benefit. But don't go to the press, don't go to the scramble in the first half. I said, why not? He said, because Roy Williams is a great coach. He'll make the adjustments at halftime and have time to recover. Do it after the half when he only has a 2-minute timeout to get his message across. That's too little time to get everybody on the same page for sure. The next day, we went out and played the University of North Carolina. At the first time out, we trailed 16-2. What do you say to your team when you trail the national champions in the NCAA tournament 16-2? Well, this is exactly what I said to them. Fellas, look me right in the eye. We got these guys right where we want them. And they looked at me and said, we do? I said, yeah. Look down there. Look at their bench. And when they looked down at the Carolina bench, the Carolina players were celebrating, high-fiving like the game was already won. I turned to our players. The game has just begun. They think it's over. We haven't even begun to play George Mason basketball. Go out and execute the game plan, and we'll be back in this game at halftime. Can you do that? Everybody nodded. We went out and played a terrific last 16 minutes and trailed by only 7 at the half. At halftime, I told them, we're going after these guys. We're going to scramble. We're going to trap them, force some turnovers, and take control of the game. And everybody nodded. And then I reminded them, listen, fellas, the Carolina fans think the Carolina players are supermen. The George Mason fans know we're kryptonite. Do you remember what I told you before the game? The Carolina players are all McDonald's All-Americans. They're great players, but they have a weakness. We can force turnovers. We went out and forced 4 straight turnovers to start the second half and took the lead 28-27. At the first TV timeout, I told the players again to look down to the Carolina bench and just glance. And they could see an entirely different atmosphere. All of a sudden now, everybody in the arena knew this game was going down to the wire, that George Mason was here to play, and that we were going to play the best basketball we could possibly play against one of the greatest programs. In fact, one of the role models for our program. And we did. And George Mason beat the defending champions 65-60 and moved on to the Sweet 16.